Hello, welcome to Mecaniquesportive. I'm Nicola, and today I'll introduce the Twingo. It's not a sports car, but it's nice and common. I'd never tried one, so I thought, why not give it a shot? We're testing the 1-liter 65 horsepower gasoline model today, and in the coming days, there will also be a video coming out with the test of the electric version, because it comes in two versions, electric or gasoline, like this one. The advantage of the gasoline version is that it's not limited in mileage. The advantage of the electric version is that it doesn't pollute, or at least that's what they say. Here, we have reasonable fuel consumption, and the electric version offers the benefit of being quiet. Each has its own side. Today, this combustion engine version. So, as usual, I'll introduce the car to you more or less in detail since it's not necessarily a recent vehicle. We'll cover all the features, test every city road type, check the turning radius. It's amazing. I'll do a quick maneuverability test at the end. Honestly, I'm really impressed by this car. And on top of that, we have a version with a sunroof, so that's pretty cool. Well, even though it's very, very cold right now, and the weather looks like it's going to snow, but anyway. So, I'll present the features to you. We'll test it out and have a little debrief at the end. All right then, on the front. Small LED trim here, lights that are not LED. Well, not really necessary on this kind of small city car. Today's color is draggy blue. It really looks like the draggy you get at weddings. I like it. It's cute. It looks feminine. I like it. It's a car that fits well. The petite girl with the small sunroof reminds me of the Fiat 500. And with this color, well, it gives it a slightly friendlier vibe. Than a red, a white, or others, it comes in quite a few colors. It lets you stand out with a touch of color, which I like because it's bright and feels good. It gives off a summer sky vibe. As I mentioned up front, there's the LED trim and the large Renault logo. The grille allows air in on this electric version, but we don't need it here. It's painted everywhere with small air intakes leading to the wheel arches for better aerodynamics. The large windshield is great. I like the top part. It's plastic, as in our version. Not a convertible, but a fabric sunroof today. On the side, we have several tones, so with white, some little white accents here, just like we have a bit on the trim at the front as well. It's nice matte black, like on the roof up there and here on the plastics. I really like the contrast on this model today. It has a little something extra compared to a really basic version. Little turn signal repeater there. The lock here, since we still have a real key, but we do have central locking, of course. We offer small 15-inch rims with optional run-flat tires. This is a 5-door version, so back then, there were smaller versions. But here, this Twingo is really tiny. It's 3.61 meters long, making it very compact. Great for a city car. 1 meter 64 or 65 wide, again, very compact. And 1 meter 54 high. It's a very small, lightweight car, weighing just 909 kilos. And we have the engine, so a 1-liter 65 horsepower engine that's located in the back underneath there. So I'll show you in the trunk. That's where it is. And it's a rear-wheel drive. Yes, at the back. So the doors open this way with the handle integrated here. And for the windows, well, they're not real windows. It's like what you used to find back in the day on the 106, for example. Or what you still find even on some C1s, I think. With windows that open this way, so no windows that roll down. So this allows for a lighter, wider door since the window doesn't need to fit inside. That lets you save space in the back. Here we have a small air intake to supply air. The engine that's located here and there, under this rear 3/4, so the antenna up there, so no shark fin antenna. Well, it's not a big deal. A spoiler here, very nice, which I really like, makes it look a bit sportier, and adds a nice touch to the car. This part, which is all glass, so it's a single piece from the very top down to here, the windshield wiper. And to see the trunk, there's a little button here, Twingo here. It's thanks to a sticker that it's placed, and here, the big Renault badge. It really does feel higher quality to have everything painted instead of using large plastic parts on a car. Little reflectors over there, the lights, so full LED. Of course, we don't have them in the front, so not in the back either. So still with bulbs, it's more practical and also cheaper to replace. To open the trunk, you press the little button there, and then you lift up this whole glass section. The trunk holds 219 liters, which isn't much. But, as I was saying, there's an engine located just underneath, so I don't know if we can access it. No, we can't access anything. So here, as we can see, there's a foam section that will help keep the heat down below. It feels good when it's hot. It's very warm, but don't touch here. So that's why this foam here will help insulate the heat from the engine that's underneath. So we can access it by screws that we have to remove, but actually we won't have direct access to a visible engine. The trunk, 219 liters. Do you think I can fit in there? So it's pretty high. What's nice is that if you're carrying something, you put it there. You don't need to bend down a lot. And there you go, just like that. That's cool. That works. I don't think we could close it again. Well, it's a small city car. It's not meant for vacations with 12 people, so in the end, for daily use, it'll be enough if you have a small city car. We also have seats that can be folded down. Just pull on the little tab and they're split 50-50. Because just like that, it gives us access to a lot more space. And a big plus on this car, if you noticed, but the door opening is also very, very wide. I'm not sure how many degrees we have, but it makes things accessible, even for those with limited mobility. It will be very usable, so it's an option. But you can have the seat that folds down completely like a tray, and that allows you to have a long distance all the way over there. You can load boards or other items, allowing you to move small things. Well, that's a plus. You can see here airbags in the seats, so in terms of safety, it's pretty good. And here, on this side, we'll put 35 liters of gas. 35 liters of gas, that'll be more than enough. The tank is small, but the car only uses 4.3 to 4.7 liters. Depending on how you drive, maybe 5 liters if you push it a little. So, in the end, there's no need for big tanks in small cars. Let's check the accessibility of the rear doors. There we go, same thing. A pretty wide opening. I'll put the seat back up. They added a hook to keep the seat belt on the side, which is convenient. However, the seat here is pushed back. All right, I'll do it again from this angle. That way you really get a view of the interior. So the seat belt that holds well, thanks to its little hook here, the front seat is adjusted for me, so that gives you an idea of what it's like. So I'm 6 feet tall. It's a little bit tight. I raise this headrest, I close it. I like this version because it has white inserts everywhere and a cute little handle. And I have to admit, fortunately, there's no window that rolls down, because otherwise the door would have been wider. And even now, for me being 6 feet tall, it's a bit cramped. I've got enough legroom, that's fine. But when it comes to headroom, it's a bit tight. The bench seat is so upright. There you go. If I move my butt forward a little bit, in the end, I still have some space for my knees, and now it's a little bit better. I'd have to cut my hair for it to fit perfectly. I have a pretty big seat, so you don't get a great view of the front. The windows are large, so you need to open them like this. Honestly, I would have preferred to have real windows, but it's not a problem. Often, a lot of people who use this Twingo will be just 1 or 2. We have the attachments here, ISOFIX in the seats, and as I was saying, the bench can be pulled thanks to a little tab here, so you can lower it here and have a flat floor, so that's actually pretty good. We have 2 seat belts, and since this isn't a 5-seater, only 4 people can use the car. So I'll show you the door here in the back. So this little handle to close the door, the handle to open it, the small armrests here, a little net. If you want to put large bottles, and really a lot of space here in the door for storage, that's a plus. And we also have small storage compartments under the seats here. So I don't know if you can see it. And in the back, there's a cup holder over there. Come on, I'll show you the interior. In the front, there we go. I turned off the lights, so the front door looks like this. I'm going to step back to get a little more space. It's all plastic, so at least for cleaning, it's more convenient. A speaker here, the handle here and there to close, you pull at this spot. So the inside looks like this. Today we have a leather steering wheel giving us a nice finish. Then there's plastic all around here. It's hard plastic, really everywhere. It's a small city car, not expensive. I really like this steering wheel. It's nice, it's soft. The horn is in the middle. The cruise control's on the left. And here to initialize or cancel, you increase the speed here, and to activate the cruise control. With Renault, the cruise control was on this side. Limiter on the right. So if I want to have the cruise control, it's on the left. And then I set my speed this way. I have a small voice command. The meter at the back looks like this. It's graduated up to 200 kilometers per hour. In the middle, there's our screen. We have the information. So, for example, since I picked up the car, I've averaged 4.9 liters. You can reset it, and it shows I've used 2.5 liters. Since the start, when I reset the trip I took, the car's mileage. And then there you go. We have quite a lot of things. Dashboard on the side. Here are the automatic lights with instructions for auto mode and turning them on. The turn signals there to the right. The windshield wipers are on auto mode, which is great. And then the controls to change the menu in the back. Over there, the stalk here, which is for the radio, which dates back to around the year 1812. It works. You can raise the volume like this. You can mute both completely at the same time. Choose the sources. We have on this screen here a touch screen, shortcuts here for the settings, a home button, and an app button right here. Small widgets with a summary when you're on the home page. For example, the radio, the connected phone. So for me, it's my Poco phone, and the current time today. The menus, you can go back to them this way. We have Android Auto, as I mentioned, or Apple CarPlay on this version today. You can also adjust the sound here, not just with the top control lever. So in this version, there is no, it's all plastic, but it looks nice. I like the wave effect it creates. The hazard lights here, locking here. The sound of the turn signals, the air vents, an air vent here. So like this, you press, you close it like that, and it can turn in any direction. Here are simple air vents with the same one on the right. Here's the climate control unit. Let's turn it on. By turning it, then there, I have an auto mode. I can turn it off there, or otherwise I activate it on this side, turn off. And then there you go. That's what we find in other Renaults, so it's not the very latest versions, but that's what there was at the time. Do you hear the noises? The only thing I find a bit unfortunate is that even when you set it to 1, it's a little too loud for me, but at least it will be effective. Okay, the defrosters, you choose where you want the air to blow, either on your feet, here, or up top. A large storage compartment here, which lets you put your phone down, here. Activate the start and stop. 2 USB ports to connect Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And still with Renault, the auxiliary input that you can plug in with a jack. Here, the cruise control, as I mentioned. And the speed limiter, the gear knob here. So with a travel that's not extremely long, which is quite pleasant, it feels good in the hand. I like that it's black here. It changes in this version and isn't always black. It must be an option. 5-speed gearbox and reverse gear here. Hear the beep? That's from the parking sensors. The seat looks like this, so it's got a large flat part, which means even if you're pretty big, you can sit comfortably. And the seats go up quite high, with fixed headrests that also provide good lateral support since they come up quite a bit. They're fabric, so you won't slide in them. I'm impressed by the support these seats provide, especially in the doors and sides. It looks like this. The speaker over there and the glove box is located here. It's pretty deep. Here, as you can see, to put a large bottle in the documents that you can place right here. Then a little lower down, I didn't show you this, handbrake, so still a real handbrake. A 12-volt cigarette lighter socket here. And a small cup holder right there to put your cup. The view of the rear seats, so 2 seats, and here, the little button for this roof, which is a fabric roof that opens. And look at the happiness. The happiness today. Well, not necessarily the weather. I click on this after counting to 3. Look how cool this is. It's a very big opening, so it's nice. Up here, the rear view mirror with thin edges. That's nice. Interior colors, so it's not black. Look how we have light here. We have light here. I really like this little detail. It tells you who hasn't put on their seatbelt. The lighting here, there you go. And the sun visors with little mirrors without lights on this version. And here, the little microphone for when you're talking on the phone via Bluetooth. And we also have this, which helps reduce noise when you're driving with the roof open. The pedals look like this, so we have a big footrest here on the left and then our 3 pedals. So you can drive. Nice detail. On the mat is a small Twingo. Let's take this Twingo for a test drive. So the combustion version, it exists in both combustion and electric. I'll also make a video of the electric version so we can compare the two and see how they perform. Here we go, small engine, 1 liter, 65 horsepower keys in. Let's start it. Clutch. It's brand new with 296 kilometers. It's cute inside, especially this one. I love it. In a Twingo, being able to enjoy it like this. And it opens pretty wide. It even opens very, very wide. Look at all the space there is there. It's great for the city, especially in summer for a small car. Well, it's a little cold. It's 8 degrees. 8 degrees is okay. It's nice that it's soft and gentle. All right, handbrake. So always use the handbrake like this. Manual transmission. You can hear that regarding soundproofing. It's not a Mercedes, but that's not really what we want. Still, I see a lot of Twingos, so I had to try one. So, a nice little car. The steering is so light, it's amazing. I wasn't expecting that at all. With the engine in back, the front has almost no weight. So it makes it really super light. It's super assisted. Plus, it's really cool. For the city to weave everywhere, it's actually pretty fun. When we stop, we also have the start and stop feature. Well, honestly, in these seats, we're pretty comfortable. You can adjust the height. The tilt here is adjusted the old-fashioned way, so with the knob. I'm comfortable. The headrests are tall in one piece. On the sides, it holds you well. That's rare for a small city car to have good lateral support. In the mirrors, I have good visibility. In the back, same thing. It's fine. It feels very compact at the same time, and that's pretty cool. It's really fun. Tiny car. Okay, speed bump, then. What's funny about this car is that, usually when you're in a car, the front seats are more comfortable, and in the back, it's a bit bumpier. Well, here, it's the opposite. It's more the front that bounces a bit, and the back that absorbs the bumps a little better. The car's weight is at the back, and it's rear-wheel drive, so I don't slow down as much for speed bumps. It's still quite firm, which allows the car to be... It's not very responsive because of the steering wheel and the lack of weight here. But it's still not too soft. We've got 65 horsepower for acceleration and pickup. We don't have a tachometer. Braking is gradual. There we go, and if I press again, it's not very powerful. That's enough, actually. So what's good is that we have both in digital and with the needle for the speed. So it gives you a good indication. We have the regulators and so on. So limiter regulator, which we always activate, then we adjust it at this spot. Plastic everywhere. Little city car, quick start, hop. Because it's rear-wheel drive, it doesn't skid from the front, which is cool. For example, I set this, but I'm a bit warm. So adjust the temperature properly, otherwise, since it blows hard, you'll get too hot or cold quickly. What's great is that I have Android Auto built in. There's another Twingo right behind, the new ones. You still see a lot of them. The first ones were everywhere, this one a bit less, but you still see quite a few. Because the Twingo is still the reference car. And I love it. There are even two behind me right now, so it's really a Twingo trio. So let's see how it does going uphill. There's a pretty steep climb here. Whoa, there's a Twingo overtaking quickly. She's in a hurry. When I'm at low revs, I don't even know how many revs I'm at because I don't have a tachometer. It's a small city car, it's not very powerful, and as you can see here, for example, it's a Twingo behind. We're in the city, so it's pretty good, so it tells me to downshift to get more pickup. That's enough, we don't need more. I like that the steering is fun. The mode selector, well, it's well placed. Another benefit of this roof is you can open it while driving without stopping. See how it works on the move. As for the noise level inside the cabin, we actually have less noise when we open it all the way in terms of wind and turbulence than when we just open it a little bit. So it's actually better to just open it all the way. It's actually pretty nice. I made a Twingo convertible. You don't need a big car for that. Enjoying the pleasure of having the roof open to the wind? And here, it's really a big opening and it's nice. Same, people who don't know this kind of car and who don't drive convertibles or with a sunroof. You can even drive in the winter, you turn on the heater, and you're still comfortable. Right now, for example, it's 7 degrees. It's fine, it's just the heater. The regulator, cruising 90, so it's going up by 2s. At 90, I can take my feet off now. The car, it has a cruise control. We don't have adaptive cruise control on this kind of car, but a simple cruise control that's quite handy when you do a lot of driving. At 90 on brand new asphalt. Honestly, it's not bad at all. You can hear the engine noise a little bit. It's still pleasant. It's showing about 4.3 liters per 100, even though it's uphill. It's still really decent. Because it's not a hybrid or anything like that. Low fuel consumption is great. We'll see how it performs in the test. So on a much longer trip, how much average will we get? All right, let's go up to 110. So I'm setting the cruise control to 110. I'm in 5th gear. It's going well. My speedometer goes up to 200 and 110, looks like this. We're getting more engine noise, but there's no rolling noise because of the thin tires. Slight wind noise. And honestly, it's not bothersome, especially since we have a fabric roof here. And I think that while driving, it's actually pretty well soundproofed. We just have the sound of the wind on the front of the windshield. You can hear a bit of what's happening outside, so you'll hear a little more. When you have the fabric roof, because, well, it's fabric, it's not hardtop, but honestly, it's still pretty good. I'm really surprised by this little car. The steering, same thing. It stays very easy, even at high speed at 110. I can swerve left, right, it's pretty fun. Actually, it's really easy to handle. Well, not exactly easy to handle, but playful pretty much everywhere. It's an agile car, let's say, and we still have a center point. Not much is happening. So for this kind of road, it's not necessarily a problem. But when you want something very responsive, this won't necessarily be the car to have. After all, it's still pretty old. Having cruise control is still a big plus on this kind of road. Got the console since earlier. How is it? 4.5 liters on average since the start. Now it's going to slow down here to 90, and then on small roads to 70. It's also pleasant on the small country roads. It's really beautiful in autumn here. I love it, these beautiful colors we have. And when there are trees arching over the road like that, I don't know what you think, but I love it. Even in the countryside, you don't need a big car. It works just fine. Since it uses little fuel on small roads, it's still ideal. All right, we'll try the electric version. So there will be another video coming a few days later, the same one, but in the electric version. Let's see how it goes, since electric still has big advantages. You don't get the noises or vibrations with electric. That's its benefit. It also gives us a much more pleasant and much quieter car. Because with combustion engines, it's good we have the advantage of being able to go further, but it's true that all those vibrations, all those sounds and so on, a little bit less good than the electric version. But it's still better for those who don't want electric cars and want to drive long distances or go on vacation. Because not everyone necessarily has money and says, I just want a city car. There are people for whom this is their everyday car and they're going to keep it all the time. And the combustion engine version, for me, is still something more practical for everyday use. We don't have to worry right away about having to recharge. And for now, people who buy this kind of car don't necessarily have charging stations at home either, so it's not always practical. If you have a house where you can recharge, you can get an electric car. Otherwise, go for a gas-powered car for now, since they're still going to be around for a few more years. All right, let's get on the highway now. Pedal to the metal. That's 65 horsepower. You'll need to plan ahead a bit if you want to overtake, and so on. When at the right speed, turn cruise control back on. You just let yourself be driven, that's it. At 130, you can hear the engine noise a little. And there's quite a bit of wind. It's blowing a lot more, which is normal. You can get used to it and drive with it in the end. It's not really ultra disturbing, personally. I think it could work. At 130, it's still a small car and can go like most cars. But we have the advantage with this one of having gas. And at 130, we're not going to drain its battery very quickly, like the electric version, which unfortunately will be great for city driving. But on the other hand, as soon as we get on the highway, it's really going to melt away like snow in the sun. Whereas here, we can afford to do it without any problem. In the corners, we can pick up the pace a bit more. It's funny, it remains... We trust the car. The car handles well with no major understeer or oversteer. I really liked it, and if I accelerate again, we'll go long curve with some rhythm. Well, that's it. No problem. Well, when you say small city car, you also mean cobblestone, fake filati, row chop chop. So we're going to check the maneuverability. And now we're on cobblestones. It shakes a bit on the cobblestones, but that's normal and not unreasonable. Okay, I was told I'd be amazed by the turning radius, so here we go. I'll put myself here. I'm turning the wheel all the way, so there's a lot. You need to turn the wheel a lot, which is unfortunate. I would have liked it to be a bit shorter, because right now there's really a lot of steering wheel rotation. But let's go. Ah, yes. Okay, but we really are turning around on the spot. It feels like someone is holding the left rear wheel there, making sure, like there's a string holding me here. It's really super easy. On the other hand, you see there's a lot of steering angle, and that allows you to be a bit more precise with all this turning. Be careful not to end up in the water. There we go. And it's really impressive. We're actually making a full U-turn. In such a small space, it's one of the cars with the best turning radius on the market. And same thing, even if we shift into reverse, just like that to be able to maneuver, it will really turn all by itself. However, I don't think I can keep this up much longer. I don't feel well. Oh, this is so weird. Oh, wow, I don't feel well. I'm dizzy. I've never tried this backwards or done more than 2 spins before, and it feels awful. Right now, I'm not scared. I just got out of a Jaguar with the turning radius of a 36-ton truck. Whereas here, well, we're kind of in the sand. What's funny is that it's rear-wheel drive, so you can slide the back a little bit. Well, not much, but it's funny. I think it must be fun in the snow. Well, it's a little less safe than a front-wheel drive, but still, it's different from other cars. So, what do we think of this little Twingo? It's a charming city car, especially in this color. I actually found it nice just seeing it. And every time I would say, wow, it's cute, it's got a nice little face, it's compact, it's practical, it's very easy to handle in the city, and it's great when it comes to fuel consumption. After lots of driving, getting 4 to 5 liters per 100 kilometers is really good. 4.5 liters is excellent. After mixing everything and covering some national and departmental roads, a highway, well, a little bit of highway, not necessarily a lot. Also having crossed France, but also quite a bit of city driving, and still 4.5 liters. I'm pleasantly surprised when driving calmly, of course. It's a nice car, very simple, actually. We have what we need. It's basic, but that's it. We don't need more. Someone needing a basic car without spending a fortune. Well, here it starts at 15,000 euros. You can always have some small negotiations and so on. But I think it's a good compromise. Afterwards, you have the choice to pick either this gasoline version or the electric version. It's really up to you. The benefit is the car looks nearly identical in gasoline and electric versions, letting you choose. Would you choose this gasoline version so you don't have any range limitations? Or would you rather go for the electric car? To have a car for everyday use and an extra car for the weekend or for going on vacation? Personally, I think this is still the best compromise, since in the end, it uses very little gasoline. The difference between this and the electric one remains significant. So, in terms of budget, it depends on your situation, because sometimes it's better to spend a little on gasoline and be able to drive for a while, rather than saying, well, we're saving a little, since a full charge on an electric Twingo will only cost 3 or 4 euros at most. It's true that it's interesting. The advantage I liked about this one is the sunroof. It's a shame it's not summer, or I would have shown that off. Honestly, for the Croisette or South, this color and sunroof are perfect. It reminds me a little of a Fiat 500, and, well, the Fiat 500 is really, really sexy. And this one, in this model with the roof like that would make me hesitate more since I would have chosen the Fiat 500 before, but now I think this one is actually cool. All right, see you soon for another video. Bye.